I am the rocket man they talk about. I jump from star to star, I walk it out.
Hey there guys, my name is Shibby2142 and let's take command into commander mode for the first time in Battlefield 4. Not really sure why this is so much different than Commander was in Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 2142. But we're gonna let that slide for a second. You know, someone might be at Starbucks playing on a tablet, drinking their Mocha Kappa Xanax Latte vodka, and like dropping cruise missiles. In this gameplay, I'll show that I don't understand how that would really be possible on a larger scale, and we'll talk about kind of what's going on here. Anyways, Commander mode. It's quite overwhelming. Let's say you're in Hawaii and you want to go out into the Pacific Ocean to just kind of sit in the waves and whatnot. You've been to Florida and you've experienced, you know, the smaller things and the beaches and the water. It's all fine and dandy. But you don't know in Hawaii, it's a little bit different there. They do things a little bit different, and the waves are a little bit wilder. So once you go out in the water, you're just kind of like floating up and down like, yeah, this is fine, this is cool. And then something just hits you from behind, throws you down on the ground, and you're scraping against the ground, and you're like, ah, that really hurt. Like, what's going on here? I was totally taken by surprise. That's kind of what happened to me in Commander mode in Battlefield 4. Not saying that's a bad thing. It's just a lot different from what I'm used to, as in taking waves from behind in Hawaii, in the ocean. Definitely not what I'm used to from anywhere else. I mean, being in California, it's definitely not the same thing. Okay, forget my delusional rants. Let's talk about what you're seeing on screen, because you're probably like, this is a Call of Duty Ghost. This doesn't, why are you not running around with an SMG? I don't get it. That's because the AR is overpowered. Anyways, on the top left side, we have your assets. You do get assets for holding certain flags. For example, if we look top left, once again, forget the chat, doesn't really matter. If you get B flag, you get an infantry scan. If you hold C flag, you get a deploy gunship, which is the AC-130. And if you hold D flag, you get a vehicle scan. Now the infantry and vehicle scan, not really all that useful, because if you've played Battlefield 2, hold on, we'll get to that in a second. You can zoom down with your mouse wheel if you're playing on PC to see what's going on within the game from a top-down view. So it's not always kind of like the overlay. So I'm not sure how the hell a tablet would be able to do this in like a manner of time that would be useful enough to the crowd, to your soldiers on the crowd, to do anything. So that's beyond the point. Like I was saying. So you hold points to get certain assets, and I think the infantry scan and vehicle scan, they're fine, but in Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 2142, you just had one scan that, regardless of positioning on the map or any holding of points, you just had it. Like, you always had that scan, I believe. Now in Battlefield 2, you could destroy the assets. For example, let's say that this map doesn't have the cruise missile, but say it did. That the enemy team could go to some area on the map, and that's where your cruise missile deployed pod would be. They could throw C4 on that and blow it up, and then your team would either have to repair it, one, or two, you drop your supply box on it, and hopefully it lands close enough that it would be repaired. So that's kind of how Battlefield 2's version would work. Just dropped a supply box near that vehicle. Honestly, I have no idea if it heals them or not, just like the other Battlefields did. But in the case it did, there it is, trying to help them out. Because getting repairs when you're sitting there is very helpful. In the prior games, when you had a supply box which did repair your vehicle, you could just park up next to it and just soak up so much damage, and you were basically a beast. So, that's what I think about that. Alright, below the top left part, you will see, dropping down just a couple pixels, the green bar. Now, I had no effing idea what this was. And supposedly, it's dependent on how well you're doing as commander, and it's kind of like a squad perk bar. As if you guys are in squads, you'll gain perks depending on, you can pick like defensive, shadow, offensive, combat medic, grenadier, or grenadier, all that kind of stuff. At least that's what first assault when I play that. The commander has that sort of, And you can either rank up a squad, so I just earned that, sort of like the carrot with the star end of it. You can get a supply drop, the faster respawn for everyone, and then I believe the fourth one is a vehicle drop. Below that we have the ticket count, and then if I click on people I can kind of see what they're looking at, I guess. And then on the right side is the squad list, so I can either pick squads from that, or I can just click on them in the middle of the map. So that's essentially what's going on the screen. A lot of this, once again, I recognized after playing this commander type for the first time. Now, will I recommend, like, oh man, this was amazing, you guys all gotta try it. I have no idea what the evac order means at the time, and now I do, because I looked it up because I was so confused. Evac order means evacuation order. Like, when you'd first play commander, you would not think of that. Like, why? There's no cruise missile on this map. Why would I have my guys evacuate from that part of the map? Like, there's no point. There's really no threat. We're dominating them. Like, attack. I want them to attack. So the evacuate order, I guess, is for other maps, but when the cruise missile is in play, to tell them to move out, and when they move out of that area, supposedly you get points that'll add up towards your commander menu and whatnot. So essentially, the reason why I don't think tablets are very viable here is because I'm doing a lot of clicking, either clicking on certain squad leaders to give them orders, that way I get points, like, oh, they did this command and there I get points. And also, I did not know you get points for, like, unanimous support, and no one's trying to, like, mutiny you. That you get points for that. Like, that's pretty cool. So pretty much, I'm juggling my squad leaders to either have defense on C or attack A. Now, you'll see me do this, you know, through the round, all that kind of stuff. We end up just completely stomping them, which was, I mean, I guess fine, but commander swag, I don't really know. But the Levolution in that map, it doesn't really play too much of a part with commander. Levolution, I guess, would be more important on a different map other than Dawnbreaker, where you can be more in the trenches, which is kind of weird because you're not actually playing when you're as commander. Like, you're not a soldier on the ground, which for how much I had to do there, like, that wouldn't be possible. But I did like the part of Battlefield 2142 and Battlefield 2 where you could be a soldier and you'd run around and you could play and then also pull up your commander screen and do stuff there. So I don't understand how a tablet would even work there. But that's my first round as commander. Really had no idea what I was doing for the most part. I mean, some idea, but really new to me. And I think it went over quite well. So I had 7,200 points, 0 and 0 because I wasn't really in the game. Anyways, guys, my name is Shibby. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Evolution, we're gonna make it happen. No? Oh no. Oh, you're gonna help. You're gonna help with Levolution? No? What? What? Why is everyone coming after me? I want to try to make Levolution happen. Oh, what the fuck is blowing up? How did this chopper just crash? Please tell me you have C4 on your loadout. Please, please, please.